Hi, everybody. I'm Tommy C. I'm Shopping the Point. I'm here with DigiBro today. We're going to have a debate right now. You said I could start off if that's not an issue.
Yeah.
Unless would you like to start? I want to. I don't want to be 100% transparent.
I don't know exactly what I'm here to debate.
Oh, debate?
Until you
I can
tell
set
me,
I can set that right off. Basically, what I'm accusing you of, I believe that your statement on the Dick Show and my on the Dick Show that I like illustrations of underage girls getting fucks leads me to believe that you are a pedophile. I also believe if you actually hold items that amount to lolly porn, they're in violation of the Protect Act of 2003 and American obscenity laws, not to mention state laws that I am not familiar with. Where do you want to start? Oh, one more thing. I do think that you are a purveyor and advocate of illustrated child porn, and which also makes you a purveyor of actual child porn. I'm done.
That's incorrect.
Okay.
So first of all, I'm not a pedophile, not attracted to children. Second of all, I don't own any incriminating materials.
Okay.
So you're free to call the FBI if you like. I don't give a shit. I have nothing to fear.
Okay.
Third of all, let's talk about the legality of illustrations depicting what could be, we'll just say illustrations of kids fucking.
Okay.
All right? Now, I have this book called A Girl on the Shore that is sold in Barnes & Noble in my town. Mm-hmm. In fact, you can buy it anywhere.
Yeah.
It contains graphic depictions of underage kids having sex. Mm-hmm. Pages and pages of it. It's sold at Barnes & Noble. Do you know why?
What's that?
Because it's a piece of art.
Well,
it has something to read into. There is something you can get
correct.
out of it.
It probably doesn't violate obscenity laws. Underage girls being
fucking.
All right, it probably that's the problem. This is where you are in violation, and that I believe underage girls being fucked with no context, no art, no anything else other than that. It's really up to the judge if in fact you are in charge. It is not up to you to decide.
So are you saying that you think a judge would charge me with a crime?
No, I think a prosecutor would charge you with a crime.
Reading a book that is for sale.
No, I think
at
a prosecutor would charge you with a crime. I think a judge would convict you.
Why would a judge? So you think a judge? You're telling me right now that you believe a judge would convict me for owning a book that I could buy?
No, because I don't
Barnes
think that.
Noble.
I doubt the Barnes and Noble book meets the class of.
You want me to send you some pictures
you
from
asked me a question. Now I'm going to answer it. I doubt. I seriously doubt that the Barnes and Noble book meets the class of obscenity. I'm sorry, it doesn't probably meet the Miller test of obscenity.
Well, if this book doesn't meet the qualification of obscenity, no book would, because it shows a 14-year-old boy's penis going into a 14-year-old girl's vagina for pages on end.
Well, if that be the case, and one thing that I think some of your fans are right about, this crime is not being charged. If that be the case, that particular book, yes, could convict you. If somebody, I'm not done. You keep asking me questions, and you're not letting me answer. Yes,
I'm sorry.
If that would be the case, that particular book, whether Barnes and Noble sells it or Jack's bookstore down the street, if that is what is your description is correct, yes, I think you could be convicted, or anybody else, including Barnes and Noble, for selling it, of child illustrated pedophilia. So yes.
Now, do you think that should happen? Would you be an advocate I'd have to for the entire audience of the New York Times bestselling book?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think you're a pedophile for real, no kidding. And I don't trust you, so
well,
I'm not going
wrong.
I am not going. Well, you can say you're wrong.
No evidence to suggest that whatsoever.
Yes,
by the way.
I do, and I think it's utter. Your
show me your evidence.
Again, we can go back to the Dick Show. I enjoy illustrated
pictures. My Dick
Show
quote where I say I enjoy illustrated
pictures of the. And I think what you're doing is you're mincing words because it's not reasonable nor logical to believe for a second that if you enjoy that, you would enjoy the real thing. It's not logical.
All, Tom,
I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm not done.
Well, okay, you're allowed to talk after I, counter
No. You're not letting me, because I'm not.
Can we not just go back
you are
and forth
deliberately.
and I address each
I
thing?
am just.
Do I have to catalog the 10
I am calling you
fucking things
pedophile. You asked me why. I'm telling you because because the illustrated pictures of child pornography, which you say you enjoy, actually are no different than actual child pornography. And
you're
the
wrong.
definition of pedophilia is being attracted to underage is just simply no reason to believe that you wouldn't be attracted by the real thing. There's none.
Why is there no reason to believe that?
Why is there no reason to believe that? Because it's illogical. It's illogical. It's completely farcical. In fact, if you were to sue me for calling you a pedophile, I wish that you would use that defense, but you wouldn't, because there isn't a lawyer stupid enough. No, you wouldn't. You know why? Because there isn't a lawyer on the planet that would be serving your best interests that would actually use that defense. Being a pedophile,
I could defend myself on this.
Oh, you're gonna defend yourself in court? You defend yourself in court? Here, listen. If you truly believe, without a doubt, that you're not a pedophile, and if you own the offending materials, you're saying you don't, turn yourself in. See what happens.
Offending materials, the things that the books that are sold at Barnes & Noble are offending materials.
You keep on bringing up Barnes & Noble. I've never seen this book. I have no idea about this book.
Go look it up. You can read it right
now's not the time. You entered this debate.
I've made videos about it.
You entered this debate. Now, you made videos about it. I'm sorry. Did you send them to me beforehand? I didn't get to see them. And if they are what you describe, I admit they probably meet the standard of the Protect Act. Anything else?
So are you saying that you think it would be morally righteous to convict the entire audience of a New York Times best-selling book to... By the way, we don't even have to talk about it. Well, first of all,
you're straw-manning.
Let's talk about Game of Thrones,
Why are you switching suspects?
Huh?
Why are you switching suspects? And just because somebody isn't charged doesn't make it illegal. Is that the argument you're trying to make?
No, let me finish. Let's just ignore A Girl on the Shore because you haven't read the book. You don't know anything about it. Are you familiar with the book Game of Thrones?
No, I think I read the opening chapter. No, I'm not.
Okay, well, are you familiar with the TV show?
No, not really. I know it takes a medieval fantasy.
Well,
I don't know how relevant that is. I mean, if you're going to tell me something happens on there that meets my definition, first of all, it's not my definition. It's the Protect Act of 2003. And yes, if that
read me the Protect Act and tell me what it says that you think is so that you think.
I would be happy to.
Yeah.
I would be happy to. Let me just get there. I got it right in front of me.
Go ahead.
Prohibits computer-generated child pornography, such as visual depictions and computer images, or computer images by itself, or computer-generated.
What is a computer image exactly?
I don't know. That would be up to a judge, wouldn't it? I think it means a computer image of underage sex. And here's the best part of this law, and I don't know if I like this so much, but it's a fact, and it's the law of the land, it's federal law. It's up to the judge, not you or the artist.
I'll gladly speak to a judge.
Well, great.
If a judge wants to come and debate with me about this, I'll gladly do that.
Turn yourself in. Then turn yourself in. If you have the offending material,
why would I do that?
Why? I don't know.
Why would I?
Why would you do it? Why would you do it? You said it isn't against the law. So do it.
Yeah, why would I bring myself in for something that's not against the law? That
exactly. They would probably look at it and say, "Hey, look, you haven't broke the law, son. Have a good day. By the way, do you want some more lolly porn? I got some in the bag. It's totally legal."
So you're telling me, hey, to prove your innocence, go just inconvenience yourself and do this. Just go to the court and have this argument that will prove...
Joe. If you don't think you're doing something wrong, go turn yourself in. It's a suggestion. You don't have to take it.
Why would I? Okay, so every day that I don't steal something, should I go turn myself into a judge and tell them I haven't stolen today? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's not what I'm saying. If you're saying that particular material, which I do believe meets the standard of the Protect Act, if you're so comfortable
you're wrong.
with it, okay, I'm wrong. That's one way to do it.
There's legal precedent to back that you're wrong.
Like?
If you were right,
like
probably be a little bit more nervous about selling lolly porn at Barnes & Noble.
What's the legal precedent? You mentioned legal. Is there a case filed?
You think I have these things on hand? I did not.
Or you're making it up. Or you're making it up.
I've read shit.
You read. That's a big. Did you go to college? Because I've read shit. Never worked for me with the bibliography.
No, I dropped out of college.
Yeah, I can see that. So I mean, look, I am openly and directly, and I do believe that you are a pedophile. That meets the standards. I do not buy. I do not. Okay, and I don't buy your defense that I'm attracted to drawings, not children. I think that's completely ridiculous. And if you want to defend yourself in court, I think you would find yourself in jail. and rightfully
Well,
so.
you can think that if you like.
Oh,
but
sure,
you're
and
wrong.
you can think that looking at child porn is okay too. That's entirely up to you, but I don't think it is.
I don't think looking at child porn is okay.
I disagree.
Don't put
I
those
disagree.
fucking words in my mouth.
No,
you
I
piece of
am
shit.
because
Don't
I
you
don't see the
fucking start
difference,
spreading
and not only
libel
that,
about me
I don't
over
see
here.
the difference, and the law doesn't see the difference
Because,
whether it's
the law
illustrated
does
or
see the
literal.
difference,
No, it doesn't.
motherfucker,
Cite it.
and
I cited the law. Well, how come you can't cite the law?
What the law you cited said nothing about illustrations.
The
It
illustration
had a vague description of computer
that's a
generated
vague.
images.
Yes, it's a poorly worded law, but it's still the law of the land.
The law of the land does not say anything about illustrations.
Actually,
You read it to me.
No, and I'll even help you out. Part of this thing has been actually struck down by a federal judge, and the part that actually get this that says comic books, actually, let me read it to you. I'll actually read you the decision. The part of this law that was struck down. Part of this law was struck down, and I'll read it to you. The convictions. Okay.
I mean, even if
hold
okay,
on,
you know what? I'm
okay.
gonna make this easy for you. Let's say that it is illegal. Then that law is unconstitutional and needs to be challenged.
Okay, challenge it. That's what I'm saying. I'd like to see you challenge it.
I'm not gonna put myself out there to
I think
challenge
you already
it. That
did.
sounds like a huge fucking
I
waste
think
of
you
time.
already did.
Well, I mean,
you are a public
what do you mean
figure. You
think I
are a
already did?
public
I haven't
figure.
gone
We both
to-
agree that you're a public
I haven't had to
figure.
argue in court yet. What are you talking
You are a
about?
public figure. Well, I'm going to try to make that happen. It's best I can.
You can go ahead and try.
I
I don't know who you think's gonna listen.
I don't
to
know
you.
that anybody's going to listen, but when you're found with a dead kid one day or a bunch of child porn, I want it on record that you were on with me. That's right.
Oh yeah, I'm going around just slaughtering children.
I don't
because
know
I
that
like
you will,
lolly
but I
porn.
tell you something.
Me and all the other hundreds of thousands of
if
people
it does
who like
happen,
it.
I have you here.
Just running around murdering kids, chopping their fucking heads
Oh,
off. Why
so-
don't you go on A and just arrest? In fact, why don't you just arrest all of 4chan while you're at it?
Why
don't you just arrest?
I don't know the
entire...
4chan's. First of all, I don't know that 4chan's not in violation of the law. This is what I believe
all
the
right.
way the law is interpreted, whether it's enforced or not, and I do not believe that it's enforced. Yes, but most prosecutors, they usually have to be pushed in the right direction. If it helps their career, they'll charge somebody like you. If they don't think it'll help their career, or they do believe that they won't get a conviction, they won't. So guys like you run around. So here's what I'm trying to do.
I'm not
Let me be
worried
very
then, 'cause I don't know who
transparent
the
what I'm
fuck
trying
thinks
to
they're
do.
gonna help their
I'm
career
trying
with
to
this
make
case.
an example of you. Whether you get charged or not, because I am turning all this information over to the FBI and your past statements and your own videos, and I'm putting it all together.
ahead.
And if nothing happens, the way I see it, it is a stepping stone. Because illustrated child porn should be illegal. It is not protected speech. It is not protected expression.
It
and
is.
No, it
It
isn't.
is
And
both of those things.
No,
you
it isn't.
fucking
And no, it
retard.
isn't. And I'll tell you why it isn't. Because obscenity laws have been upheld in the United States Supreme Court since 1973. And I'm telling you, underage girls being fucked meets obscenity laws every single time. In fact, the court case that I was trying to
Where are
refer
your case? Yeah, go ahead. With
Okay, I'd
your...
be happy to do that. His name is Christopher Hanley. And he was charged with actually he was a prolific manga collector. And
I
he
know
was
this
charged.
case.
Now, Judge James Grisner ruled in two parts to protect that, criminalizing a visual description of any kind, that doesn't mean every kind, including drawing, cartoon, sculpture, and painting, was unconstitutional. So that would actually meet the definition of lolly porn. But Hanley was still convicted under obscenity, which you said is unconstitutional, even though it's been upheld since 1973. So the part is not legal. It's been this law has been gutted slightly. But if you like, this is what I'm saying. Watching underage
So wait, you
girls
just said that lolly
illustrated
porn was not legal.
yes, I am. I'm saying that's child porn. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm not.
No, you just said that it's. You just said that the judge decided that the manga porn he had was not illegal to have.
No. That's not what he said. He struck down part of the law and still charged and convicted him of violating obscenity with the same material.
What did he charge him for? Like, what did he do that had violated the obscenity?
He was a prolific collector of manga. He pleaded guilty to charges related to, let me finish, related to the Protect Act in exchange for a 6-month plea bill, a 5-year probation, a forfeiture of manga and anime that had been seized by police.
What did he do specifically that was cited as him having broken the obscenity law? Because if the judge threw out
he was convicted. No. He was convicted of obscenity. He said that the
Yes,
material
what
means
was he
the manga
for?
that means the manga material that he had
Hold on.
met the Miller
Tommy,
test.
please do the rest of the research and tell me, what did he actually get convicted for?
He was convicted of violating the part of the Protect Act that deals with obscenity, which reaches.
And how did he do that? In what way did he do that?
I would imagine the seized.
You would imagine.
The prolific collect. Oh,
data?
let me read the whole thing. Related to the Protect Act and also in exchange for a 6-month plea and a forfeiture of his collection. So I would imagine, I think it's logical to say, whatever he pleaded guilty to was seized, his seized collection.
It is
that
logical to say, but you don't know.
all right?
So,
No, I do know. I read it, and I think it's completely reasonable. He wouldn't have pled guilty if nothing in there didn't reach. If nothing, then why did he plead guilty? Please enlighten me. If he was completely innocent and the part of the law was found unconstitutional, why did he plead guilty?
Because he's a coward who gave up.
Okay, next, when you find yourself in this position, I'm saying be a tough guy, get in there. And I gotta admit,
I will.
you do have the balls. And I'm gonna do absolutely everything I can to make that happen. And if it doesn't happen with me, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep an eye on you from now into eternity. Because yes, I believe you're a pedophile. I believe you are. I believe that you're an advocate of child pornography, and you use this illustrated. Illustrated. I think that's a cop out, and I think you're actually being dishonest.
Let me tell you right now, this country was founded on the principle that you can swing your fist as far as you want as long as it doesn't meet somebody's face. It is the principle that you are free to say whatever you want as long as it doesn't harm another person. That is the basic foundation of this country. If you're not willing to stand up for illustrated pornography of any kind all across the board,
I'm not. No, I didn't say any kind. I said child. No. I said child. I said child, and you're storming. No. I said child pornography specifically, and you're strawmanning me by saying any kind.
What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, I'm saying any illustrated pornography of any kind.
I didn't say that, so you're the straw man. So please,
that,
hey, stop. Have the argument with somebody else, because I didn't say any kind.
Hey, how about when I'm talking, you don't interrupt me since you fucking constantly bitch about me interrupting you, motherfucker. Are
you losing it? Am I getting under your skin there? Are you losing it?
No,
because I didn't say any kind.
I'm not losing it. I'm just wishing that you would extend to me the kind of
fair enough
that you expect from me.
Fair enough. Go ahead.
Like, you know,
fair
a
enough. Go ahead.
Person would.
Fair enough. Go ahead. You're right.
My point is, all illustrated pornography, regardless of what it depicts, is protected under free speech. And if you want free speech, if you want absolute free speech, you need to fight to protect.
No. First of all, I'm not a free speech absolutist. I think child pornography. I'm a coward. Well, fine, that's fine. I'll test my fucking coward record up against yours any day of the week. All right. I think child pornography is not free speech.
You didn't come on mine.
Illustrated child pornography is not free speech. I do think it harms people, and I think the way
illustration harm?
I think it is a gateway. It is a gateway to pedophilia. That's what I believe.
And so is and video games are a gateway to violence.
Well, you know what? Listen, I don't particularly believe that, but I do believe. Do I have absolutely any proof?
So you just have arbitrary lines.
Yes, and you have an arbitrary, and you have the same arbitrary feeling saying it doesn't. So let's not pretend we're both doctors here.
No, it's scientifically proven.
Where? Cite it. No appeal to authorities, pal, without citing the study. Where does it say that? Are you making the ethical? Are you making the ethical? Are you making the ethical child pornography argument?
The study was done in Germany. I know that much.
You don't seem to know one study, and I would think you would come armed and loaded for something like that. Considering what I see yesterday.
I don't come armed and loaded for anything.
Yeah, exactly. You know why? Because you don't know a goddamn thing,
dude.
You're talking straight out your ass.
You think there aren't studies disproving the correlation of violence in video games with violence in real life?
Oh, I know, but I'd like to see one.
Please.
I didn't say video games. I'm talking about illustrated child pornography. Please stop with the red herrings. Stick to illustrated child pornography and not video games. The video game stuff I'm familiar with. I'm not familiar with the child pornography or the illustrated child pornography.
Explain to me any logical reason that it would be different.
What? Any logical would be? I'm not a fucking doctor. Are you? Could you explain it to me?
Yeah, I can explain it to you. It's not fucking different. It's
okay,
art.
all right, fine. I gave you your
same.
Opportunity.
It's all interpretive.
I believe that illustrated child pornography actually legitimizes slowly but surely the real thing, and it is just a matter of you know what, this is fucking good, but it could be a little bit better. And knowing a little bit about the human condition and knowing a little bit about it is just completely logical. That if you're into the one thing, you're into the other.
Saying the same thing as that having sexy women in video games normalizes a rape culture.
I didn't say that. That's a straw man. That's a straw man. I didn't make that argument.
It's not a straw man. You're saying something that means the same thing.
No,
that's
your opinion.
And until you
can show me
it's not my opinion.
Until
it's how exactly works.
Yes, because your values are universal and your opinions are absolute truth. Sure, DigiBro.
No,
let's
this
get
is
fucking
not
real.
Opinion.
You're
I'm not
a
talking about my
child
opinions. I'm talking about how
pornography
language
advocate.
functions.
You are a child pornography
definitions.
advocate.
No, I'm not. You are lying by saying
I'm not lying. I'm telling you, it's my opinion. You are a child. You can't lie about your opinion. You are a child pornography addict. You are a pedophile in my opinion. If you want, you can take me to court and let's dance.
Maybe I will.
Let's see. I'll see you in Frankfurt, pedo.
Well, I'm not going all the way to Germany for that.
All right, fine. Maybe you can sue my. Maybe you can sue my estate in the United States. Maybe you can sue my estate in the United States.
So wait. So are you trying to tell me that you're trying to contact the FBI about me from Germany?
Why? What's the problem with that? That happens all the time.
I mean, like, I just think it's really funny that you're like, I don't know.
I know you didn't have a joke. You blew it.
I wasn't trying to make a joke.
No. That's why you were giggling. Do you have anything else, DigiBro?
That's why what?
Do you have anything else?
No. What was the thing you said before?
I said that's why you were laughing because you wanted a joke. Listen, I'm not interested in that. That was a wisecrack. If you didn't know. Do you have anything else? Because I think we probably settled everything.
I mean, we haven't really settled anything because you've come to the exact same conclusions you started with, which are wrong-headed, and you are transparently using this as an excuse to keep my name in your mouth because I'm a bigger YouTuber than you and you want the drama subs. I understand. It's what your channel's based on. I only came on here to show how transparent that is, to make people understand that I am.
Do you realize absolutely every YouTuber I've nailed? Do you realize that every YouTuber I've nailed? Do you realize that every single YouTuber I've nailed?
Finish my goddamn
every YouTuber I've nailed has made that same excuse. Every YouTuber I've nailed.
I can't even actually hear what you're saying because you're talking under me.
Every single YouTuber have said that I'm doing it for views and views only. Since you have
no shit.
Well, yeah, exactly. Because that means that you are beyond criticism and beyond reproach. If I'm only doing it for
it doesn't. Yes,
it does. Because I don't give a shit about child. I don't give a shit about child porn. No, I just want to criticize DigiBro to get bruised. By the way, that's your opinion. You could never fucking prove it. It's been done 1,000 times, and I've still nailed plenty of fucking guys, including FaZe Banks and bigger guys all the time.
What do you mean
and that's
by
all
nailed?
They can come
Who
up
have
with.
You nailed in what way?
Well, you know what? I think you buried yourself more than you think, and
Wait,
I think you're
too. How did you
are
nail
too
them?
dumb.
Where is the
You
nailing?
are too dumb. You admitted to being a pedophile, and not so many.
No, I did not.
Well, we'll
First
see.
of all,
we'll
I literally said I am staunchly against pedophilia.
And if you didn't do it here, you did it on Dick Show.
Tom, on the Dick Show said I liked illustrations, and Dick agreed with my stance.
I don't care what Dick agreed with. Maybe Dick agreed with it, but it doesn't make it true. I think you are a pedophile based on your sexual attraction to depictions of underage girls, and I personally believe you're using that as a shield, the depiction or illustration part, to hide your darker part, which is actual shot CP.
Oh, I'm so desperate to fuck kids that I've married an adult woman. That makes sense.
Big fucking deal. Serial killers marry women all the time. Fucking who cares?
Yeah,
that's actually a red flag, dude. Dude, you don't even realize that's actually a red flag. That's a distraction. Why instead of saying I married an adult girl,
everyone who's married,
tell me why you're not a pedophile.
Guys.
Tell me why you're not a
pedophile. To hide your
Tell me why you don't reach the definition of pedophilia.
The case.
Instead of saying, "Look at my wife," tell me why my definition of pedophilia doesn't match you. How about that?
I literally did that earlier in the show. I literally already did that.
Yeah, because it's illustration. Let me get this straight. Because it's illustration, not real kids.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't think that's gonna fly in court. I think that's an admission. That's what I'm saying. That's an admission. If you're serious about this, you go ahead and you go jump through all your hoops.
Sure.
Good fucking luck
actually getting anyone to convict me of anything.
No,
but
I doubt it'll happen. I just getting the ball rolling. Don't worry. I've tried to get the ball rolling before. It doesn't work.
Well,
but
I'm trying to get the ball rolling in the other direction. I'm a free speech absolutist. I believe that we should protect, especially the speech that disturbs us the most, because it's the speech that has the most to say about the flaws in our society.
Okay.
I think that lolicon only exists because our society is so fucked up that people feel that they need to connect with these incredibly dark and treacherous images in order to understand their own psyches. And I think that's fucked, and I would wish that we would live in a world where no one felt that way.
But that
we
sounds
have
really
to be
beautiful.
able to face our demons as a society in order to understand them and come to terms with them. When you shy away and you turn a blind eye and you act ignorant,
what are you talking about demons? You had an abnormal sexual development, and then everybody else has demons? I don't have sexual demons. You do.
Oh, you don't have any sexual demons at all?
You do, and so do most people.
First of all, wait, when did I even say sexual demons?
Well, we are demons, and you're talking about sexuality. That's come on. And you made the same comment yesterday. You made the same comment about exploring your inner self and your intersexuality on Turkey Tom's podcast. So yes, you're referring to sexuality. That's disturbing.
I mean, sexuality is one of many demons that art is there to help us face. I don't think that necessarily even lolly porn is meant to help people with only sexual demons.
And you know what? If you checked your broadcast last night, that's not what you said. You're actually contradicting what you said to Turkey Tom, verbatim.
In what way?
In what? Because
quote both, motherfucker.
Yeah, because you said that you personally had problems, and it was a way to confront your
How does that contradict anything I just said?
Because you said you weren't talking about sexuality.
I said that, yeah, because I'm not talking about, my story is not everyone's story.
Yeah.
It's not like I am just the representative talking head of why anyone likes anything they like.
No, you're a talking head of child porn. You're a talking head of child pornography.
Stop fucking cutting me off!
No, you're a talking head of child pornography.
Everyone needs to have their own coping mechanisms for how they deal with life.
And guess what? Child pornography is not legally one of them. Pick up a cigarette. Smoke a joint. Stay away from the kiddie porn, kids.
I don't know how I'm supposed to have a conversation with somebody who won't actually let me finish a sentence so that he can respond to it, because I don't know how you're supposed to know the point of
this is circular. I'll give you. I'll tell you, DigiBro. I'll give you the last word. You can walk.
Like, how can you respond to half?
You know what? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You can't. I'm gonna give you the last word, and you can walk, because this is getting circular. I think we can both agree on that.
Yeah, I totally want you to have the last word.
No, you have the last word. That's it. Right now. Here you go.
All right. The last word is I'm not a fucking pedophile. Get off my dick, you assholes.
I'm just getting started.
All right. Is that all you want?
Yep. There we go. Have a good one. Thanks for coming on. There you go. The debate is concluded. The vulture screech was wonderful, was it not? All right. I will probably end up taking calls and what have you. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome.
Oh my god, that was fucking hilarious.
Did you enjoy?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I mean, it was a shit show, but it was
good. They got a shit show. Yeah.
When he lost it in sprint, stop yelling at me!
I think that's the next donation set. I think that's the next donation sound effect.
No, he came strapped with a whole bunch of information. It was, no, I'm not a pedophile. I disagree.
Exactly. Holy shit.
Yeah, that was cringe.
I don't think you heard me correctly. I disagree with you.
That makes me.
Yeah.
Listen, hey DigiBro. Yes, we're in a country where you could swing your fist at however far you want, as long as it's not animated and into a little girl's privates. Then you're good.
Yeah, there you go. Well, he does. And he's. I will give him this. He's been on the. He thinks that. He thinks that illustrated child porn is protected. I disagree with that. The courts probably disagree with that. The states probably disagree with that. That act disagrees with that, and not only that, it falls under obscenity. Now he disagrees with that, and he wants to fight it. So, but he's even by saying he wants to fight it, it almost is like he's agreeing with the fact that it's illegal.
Yeah, I researched
what's the
that
fight?
book
If it's not illegal, what's the fight? I think you're in violation of law. And conveniently, in the beginning, is I don't have any of this, even though it turns me on. Is that even mildly believable? Not a pedo.
But he probably doesn't have any of it because he probably put his fucking hard drive in the microwave.
That doesn't work, by the way. I told you, the army way of doing it is real simple. You just bash the motherfucker until it's gone.
That was the best thing he said is, he said something like, you don't have the balls that I do. I came on this podcast. I'm like, Tommy's been to fucking war. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, whatever. I'm not going to get a pissing contest with him. I think it's all done now. Yes, I'm turning this over. I'm not going to make a big deal about
His
it.
definition of sexual demons, I swear to God, it's basically me saying I love feet and being on the level of of liking child pornography. I love it.
It's like I said yesterday. I'm not into homosexuality, but I love watching gay porn. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. I love watching straight sex porn, but I don't like to have sex with women. I mean, it's whoa.
But video games,
lawyer money. Somebody just sent me $200.
Games.
Thank you so much, lawyer money.
I
don't think I'm gonna need it. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it, and my wife.
But video games, Tommy, video games are so similar, but video games don't involve child porn. I'm sorry, that's not the
they
same
don't
thing.
involve child porn. I do. And
I looked up his
Here's
book,
the thing: is
and
he
I'll
was
tell
trying to pigeonhole me into arguments that I don't. I do think this is different. He says it isn't, and to be honest with you, I do believe that is 100% a straw man argument to bring things like an Sarkeesian and to bring things like that, because one is, and there has been studies done that are conclusive. I don't know that there's been any studies done on, I don't know, ethical child porn or that it releases your inner demons. That's DigiBro's fucking opinion. That's not anybody else's, and I do believe he's in violation of the law, and I wish somebody would charge him. That's where that's what I believe, and that's what I hope everybody takes away from this.
You know, but I looked up his book just now, the one he was quoting from, and I'll be honest, if a middle-aged mother gets a hold of that book, then there's going to be some sort of class action lawsuit or something. I'm sorry.
And I can't sit here, I can't speak on a book that I haven't seen. And the way he's describing it, it sounds like it meets the standards. And there's also something you said is the fact that I heard several guys on Twitter on his side say this, that they're not prosecuting. There might be a reason for that the prosecutors are uncomfortable going with the obscenity route because it's difficult to prove, and because they feel the Protect Act has been gutted by the decision. But let's not forget, there has been convictions in both. Where was this guy? Christopher Hanley. I think he, strangely enough, was in Virginia. No, I don't have that right here. And there's been 2 convictions. Let's see. Yeah, the Virginia was the Japanese. Yeah, this was Virginia, which I think he lived at one point. So if he had the same stuff, I think he's in violation of law. Now, he might think this is unconstitutional. I don't think so. I don't think this is protected speech. I don't think this is protected expression. And to sit there and say, well, if you don't agree with me, you're against free speech. Well, I mean, it's just weak as fuck. To be honest with you, you don't agree with me, you're against free speech. No, I'm against all forms of speech. It's a fire in a crowded building and fucking kiddie porn. And who's to say, since he's a free speech absolutist, right? Which he said, he's a free speech absolutist. Who's to say if we got the illustrated child pornography legal, why not the fucking real thing? Because you're an absolutist. I'm not an absolutist. Absolutely not.
You got a Y kick in the waiting to call. I know that's like a reference to something.
What's up, man? How are you, sir?
All right, hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's up?
One of the big things that I wanted to touch on is, like, you guys were talking about the obscenity law, and yeah, maybe the manga would get away with stuff on that, perhaps because of the storytelling aspects in it. But he's also admitted in the past to having drawn images himself that are completely without any plot or anything like that. Wherein, and this is a quote. It's an image of a loli, quote, getting her cunt pulverized by a drill. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds pretty graphic. At the same time, I'm not for the law. I think the law, there needs to be a lot more research done as to whether it actually is child pornography or not before I'd feel comfortable with like any sort of
because you're probably like me. You're worried they'd use it on other things like fucking like Marvel comics or something like that. If you could say, I do worry about the slippery slope problem with the Kennedy Ghost. But other than in a short time in my lifetime in the late 80s, early 90s, it really hasn't been a problem, and it has been it has been properly enforced in my opinion for the most part. Not in all cases, definitely not in Florida in 1989 and 1988. But I think overall that the Miller test is pretty clear, and it would probably take a wacky fucking judge to abuse that. And that's why we have judges. We give them a certain amount of leeway and to make some subjective calls. And I've heard him said, "Oh wow, what's it? By the way, your kid is still up for is your kid still up for adoption? What is this? 2016 coming over again? McDizzle at $200. Yeah, it's $400. He's $400. Come pick him up. You know,
it's all yours at this point.
Yeah." So what else do I get? So I'm not 100%, but I do. The point is not whether I agree with the law. The point is I do believe that if he has this stuff, that he is in violation, and I do believe that his comments on the Dick Show do show that he's a pedophile.
No, and regarding that, I'm completely on board with you. Yeah. And one of the other big things is like a lot of people say that they don't generally convict, but a lot of times with regards to convicting people, if there's a large enough outcry about it, they'll take it more seriously.
Bingo. And I always say this.
And the more people that hear about this, I'm honestly kind of worried for them because it's getting a lot of more
I've tried to start things over here before, and it worked. The Pootie Pie, I got the thing going with the Pootie Pie, the Fiverr guys, right? I got that rolling. I was the first one out of the gate, and I was thanked directly along with him and H3H3. And then I tried something against Keemstar. I wanted to get that he was using a 12-year-old to get even with one of his competitors or somebody he didn't like on YouTube. Now, that went nowhere because we were pretty much counting on DeFranco to pick it up. I'm taking this much the same way as I took that particular failure. I'm going to push it, and it goes where it goes. And you know what? This is if he does get caught with a kid, or he does get caught with real CP in the future, this is one YouTuber that's not going to have to go to bed at night and say, God damn, I wish I fucking went to the FBI when I had a chance.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Well, I think that's just about everything that I had to say on the topic.
Thanks for coming on. You're always really good.
Thanks for having
me.
And
I do like your videos, and I think you make a good podcaster as well. I think you're a talented guy. Otherwise, and I hope you get out of the DigiBro business right away. But of course, you're only doing it for views. You know.
Yeah, of course.
According to DigiBro, I need to start punching down on smaller YouTubers. Therefore, then I would be in the. I guess I would.
Yeah, I don't
think
we want that guy's views. I don't think we want those guys coming.
Yeah, all 15 of them.
Yeah, definitely make sure to put Asperger on.
Asperger on, and put him on there. Thanks so much.
I'll catch you later, dude.
Take care, buddy. Bye bye.
Who Asperger is.
Asperger, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, thank you for that. I want to say thank you. That was like you can't buy that kind of entertainment.
I'm glad you.
But I have two things where Digi contradicted himself that I know. I've known Digi for a while, not like known him personally, but I've been a thorn in his side. The first thing is Digi brought up his wife, right?
What do you mean?
Digi brags. Digi brought up, I have a wife. How could I be a pedophile when I have an adult wife?
That in itself is not a defense. If anything, it's a red flag. You know.
You know how many gay men have a wife?
Here's the red flag. He brags all the time that his wife watches Lolicon with him.
So she's as guilty as he is. So what?
Yeah. So he's trying to use that.
Somebody put fucking bronies on the damn thing. Thanks, Ricochet. Fuck off, bronies. Go ahead. I had to acknowledge that, Asperger, but keep going.
So he has a pedophile partner.
Yeah.
And he's trying to defend the fact that he has an adult partner who's also a pedophile. The second thing is
who's okay with this stuff. I'm not going to go as far. I don't know the whole story with her, but she's okay with this stuff. Yeah. I did like the figures. You said she chimed in yesterday and said you said he should be locked up, and I was like, God, I hope they say that to me, because I think he should be locked up. I think he's in violation of the law. And not only that, if this is not in violation, thank you so much, Dr. Dismal, for the Twitch subscriber. If this is not in violation of the law, yes, I would like it. I would like it to be a part of the law, because I think it's a stepping stone for child porn. I think you have to be. It's pretty illogical. I mean, come on. Look, I'm smoking a motherfucking vape. I'd much rather have a fucking cigarette. You know why? Because it's a real cigarette. And I think that probably applies to everything, including deviance.
He said before on record that his greatest fantasy is to have a daughter. And
great, and I can't wait to send. I can't wait to send. You know what? And I'll tell you something. No matter how badly or good I may have performed tonight, I'm glad I got that information because I am certainly looking forward to sending this and other things soon as I find out she's pregnant to CPS. And I mean
and
that.
I got one more. If you recall, you interviewed my good friend, one of my best friends, probably my best friend, Monkey Jones. He got kicked by the podcast that DigiBro pretty much runs.
Yeah.
Like de facto runs.
Did you, Monkey? Why did you make me do this? I'm not in charge of the podcast. What are you talking about? I know. I'm familiar with that.
And he said that he is a free speech absolutist, which is the most absurd thing because the reason Monkey got kicked is because his fans shit on him so much.
You know what? If he's a free speech absolutist, I think I'm comfortable saying he's okay with child pornography, illustrated or unillustrated, because that would be absolute free speech, would it not be?
This is a man who disabled his comments for like a 1 month period.
Yeah,
Tommy, no, that doesn't fall under that umbrella.
Well, then what's absolute about it if it doesn't fall under that umbrella?
If he said freedom of expression, then maybe. But it's more.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to argue with me. Educate me. If he's a free speech absolutist, then a freedom of expression absolutist. Okay, maybe he's not.
Well, he doesn't. He doesn't know what he's
I see
talking
what
about.
you're saying. Okay, I take that. I'll walk that back. Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
He doesn't know what he's talking about because he censors comments. He believes that first off, he considers his videos art, which is laughable as an artist myself.
Thank you,
He thinks he's an 8 out of 10 artist. He has a whole 3-hour podcast where he sucks his own dick.
Yeah, I know.
And he thinks that comment sections shouldn't be on YouTube, that you should go to a different website to comment on YouTube, and he deletes any hate comments that he gets and then lies about it.
Yeah, but I'm an un-American for not liking illustrated child porn. He fucking plugs his comments.
But when he gets called a pedophile, all of a sudden he's freedom of expressionist.
Well, one of the reasons I called him a pedophile, or I do believe that he's a pedophile, is because what he did to Tom. Did you realize he sat on Tom and said, do you realize that how serious that is? And if you're wrong, that would be, and he said libel, which would actually be slander because Tom said it, he didn't write it. And I was like, I'll call you a pedophile, sure. I think it's true. And I think that particular clip on You Dick Show would probably vindicate me if you ever thought to sue me. And you made the ridiculous defense, or your lawyer would never do it, if you did it yourself, which is the only way it would happen, and say, no, it's illustrations, therefore it doesn't fall under pedophilia or child pornography. I'm pretty comfortable saying that ain't gonna wash.
Yeah, and then the way he talks about it too, it's not like it's one thing to have this thing and then be in the shadows with it and hide it from everybody, and it's another thing to think that you're the messiah for these lolicon people, and to come on to just stand on the wall of Jericho and shit he tries to do.
Didn't he discover or found the analyst community, which I wasn't familiar with until recently? What was that, Tobes? The analyst community? What the fuck?
The brony analyst.
His original name used to be DigiBrony.
Thank you so much.
He used to be DigiBrony.
Well, DigiBro's free speech when it benefits him. Another red flag. Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. So the first thing he started was reviewing a little girl's TV show.
So he went from animated bestiality to animated child porn. This guy's great.
Why does Digi seem like he fucks his body pillow, makes his wife watch?
Well, she's into it apparently.
I only know that they watch this simulated child pornography together. I can't speak on any other matter.
Oh, he probably can't get his dick up. He goes, honey, I gotta put on the child porn in the background.
This guy just donated $500.
I'm gonna pretend you're 9 again tonight.
I have to stop you. Whoa. This guy McDizzle just donated $500 fucking dollars.
Holy shit!
Holy man!
Wow. Let's
give him a round of applause.
I'm streaming after this, by the way.
Thank you.
He's no Kevin Blanco, but
he's not.
He's no Kevin Blanco. He told me I like the show.
By the way, Tommy, I don't really have anything else, so you can get another caller on here if you want to get rid of me.
Thanks so much for being on air, and I think one of the reasons.
Thank you for doing this.
I will say this.
Man, my stomach hurts.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. One thing I do think is with Turkey Tom bringing it up, look, the DigiBro thing's been around a while. I've been well aware of it. Not when I first did the stuff with Y-Kick. When I did those 2 podcasts with Y-Kick, I wasn't aware of how deep, and I wasn't ready to go there because it didn't seem. But after the Dick Show, I was like, Jesus Christ, maybe I should have done that, went that route with Y-Quick, and he wanted to go that route, and I didn't because I just wasn't 100% sure, and we certainly didn't have time to research it. But one thing that I do appreciate by Turkey Tom doing it, whether it's new information or old information, and I don't know that anything that Turkey Tom has been refuted. I mean, he seemed to almost refute himself without actually bringing up the details of what he got wrong. I think what Turkey Tom's videos does is so important is it brings DigiBro outside of the bubble of the anime community, and that is really what I'm looking to do. The more people know about him, all right, the Dick Show, now the Turkey Tom, you know, it might be a little time before Pyrocynical drops one on him, or maybe, God forbid, if Keemstar wants to get on this. I don't think he'll do it because I'm involved in it. But maybe he'll just, maybe Keemstar would say, you know what, fuck this, I don't care if Tommy gets a few subs. This is more important, and that would be fucking great. Or maybe Scares. You know what? Maybe I'll talk to Scares tonight and say, look, I think this is really important.
Yeah, get it out there. Make sure
get it out there. And you know what? I don't think if people make, as long as they're good, as long as they're true, as long as they're on the money, if they make good videos on DigiBro, and that's a big if. I'm not telling people to do it. I'm just saying if they do. I think you're doing a service, because I don't think that what he believes is what the majority of the Americans believe, and I don't believe that's free speech. I think it's
if anyone needs more fodder, there's somewhere out there. DigiBro wrote a fan fiction about a little girl that he like self-inserted as himself.
Yeah, I'm so off by calling him a pedophile.
Sexually
I'm so scared if he sues me for slander.
But I'm not attracted to children. Just cartoons.
I just write about them.
I only wrote a fucking story about it.
Yeah, go fuck it. Asperger, all the best, man. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for that.
You know who I really got to bring in?
I swear,
he's a loyal.
The song "Imagine" would be so much darker if it was based on this interview.
Yeah, I'd give him $500 to fucking sing it. The unknown Otaku, who's been a very loyal fan of this show a long time. Where you at, buddy? Dude, God, I knew is he fucking
Graham Vega.
Oh,
Vega's
I'll bring Vega at the end, because Vega can get on anytime.
He's a closer.
Danny girl.
Who should I pick? Michael.
Bring
this guy was in from the beginning. Michael, how are you? Welcome.
Tommy, you don't have to bring me on. I was just talking about the. No, I could.
Sorry.
I can see something of. I was gonna bring up the title about Gonzo journalism.
Yeah. The Taco Gonzo. Yeah, that's what.
And I wanted to know what your thoughts were on the Gonzo movement, but I could see this is probably not the best time to.
It isn't, and if I was in the worst mood, I will. Yeah, I tell you what, man, I don't mind Gonzo journalism. No, that was who's the guy that
Hunter S. Thompson.
Hunter S. Thompson. I think Gonzo journalism is entertainment, but just for fun, we'll blow you up fucking anyway, because yeah, if I was. Alright, I'm actually just kidding, dude. You know what? Here's the deal. If you get a chance and we're doing an open show, I'll make sure that I get you on, and we can talk about Gonzo journalism. But I got to be honest, I got to look it up because I don't know much. You know.
I like a lot of it.
I mean, I like Hunter Thompson. I like Bill Murray played him in Where the Buffalo Roam, and I like that shit too. But I don't know it outside the movies. I wish I could offer more viewing content for about 2 years. Not a fan of you unbaited 90% of the time. But when you shined, you really shined. It made me glad to figure out your hustle. Keep up the great work. I'll keep watching. Hey, okay, I can't archetype. Oh, thank you so much, and I appreciate the kind words. I'm glad you guys were entertained. I can't wait to fucking isolate that screech. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. But in fairness to him, I did interrupt him. But the one thing I did interrupt him, and I did get caught up. And if that's a sign of a good faith,
Clown is in the waiting to call.
Yeah, I think it's time. That's it. Clausel's crazy.
He's muted.
Yeah, he walked away. We'll just leave him in there.
Unmute, yeah, okay.
Clown. The clown is here. Well, yeah, I was interested in his opinion. Danny girl, you're on the air. How are you, sir? I mean, I'm sorry. Oh, Daddy girl, the pipes are calling. All right, go watch the DigiBro.
Good callers today.
Yeah. Testify HD, you're on the air. How are you? Oh, fuck off, man. I mean, really.
Hey, Tommy, are we gonna start screening the callers? You haven't mentioned that one.
Yeah, we'll see. Testify,
next person that calls and doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
Bro, I could throw hands with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
This guy's a really good guy, and I'm in a really good mood, surprisingly.
Try to talk.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go. You're on the air. You're on the air. I'm in a very good mood. Hello? What the fuck?
Cool. You try to talk and then you don't say shit.
Get the fuck out of here. You're just trying.
Oh, Clown's back.
Let's Clown's back.
Clown's back.
Clown's back.
He's muted.
I don't know how to do. Play that fucking music again, will you? Oh yeah.
There's the clown music for the day.
Yes,
I'm here to date your 6-year-old.
Yeah.
Listen, fuckhead.
Yeah, you got it. Let's
Oh man.
Weird West. Weird West. You're on the air. Weird West. All right.
You didn't drag anyone. You didn't drag anyone.
Weird West. You're on the air.
He's not. He's in the fucking waiting to call.
Oh, hey, Tommy. What's up, man?
No.
What?
Then we're having lag.
Sorry about that. Can you hear me, though?
Oh, yeah. Weird West. You're on the air, bud.
All right, cool.
Oh, wireless.
So, I've been running, I've been in circles similar to this guy in the past. Like, I'm going to say it right now, just to be clear. I don't fucking know him personally. But, I mean, fuck it. I'm an ex-brony. I'm an ex-furry.
Don't worry. You ain't the only one over here that called this show that's ex-said. Don't worry about it. We have a lot better things to make fun of people. It's too easy. Go ahead. You ain't the first one.
So, from shit that I've noticed, I want to say, well, not first off, I'm already kind of talking.
Right, get in there. You can do it.
With Asperger's syndrome since I was like 13.
Okay.
And what I think's going on, I think he's either undiagnosed or he's embarrassed to admit it.
No.
I know a ton of people that are into some weird shit like him that are unhygienic looking, just like him.
Yeah.
I think he's totally on the
You think he's not
spectrum.
diagnosed? Yeah, it might be embarrassment because I much rather be an advocate of child porn than an autist. You know, maybe you're right.
It sounds like the Banks. Is he a drug addict or was he not a drug addict?
Yeah, sounds.
I don't have a mental disease. I just love child porn. Don't hate me.
What does ICE checking mean at Discord? I don't know. What the fuck is wrong with Clown?
I mean,
immigration's on your ass, fucker.
ICE checking mean on Discord. ICE.
They're coming for the all illegal Discord users.
Yes. Go. All right, Weird West. Weird West. Do you have anything else?
Discord Premium.
More bronies. I didn't know. Why am I getting bronies in that chat? Thank you, Ricochet. Thank you so much. I hope you guys were nightmare. I don't know. I got so many fucking DMs in here. I don't even have time to go through them all. Let me try. Sorry, I don't have time to do this, but I will check. I do check, and eventually I check them all. Mick Deals, so are you going to mute donations? Because since it's a live debate, that's what he said. Mick, yes, I was, and I'm blown away by I'm blown away by the donation, man. I'm just like I'm kind of like whoa, like holy shit. And yeah, I guess he's right. I did it for the views and the donations. Yeah. Yeah. You know, why is it that everybody I criticize whenever I punch up, and I punch up more often than I punch down, it's you're only doing this for alternative reason. It's not for the reasons you're saying. Like in other words, like I'm okay with child porn and I'm okay with illustrated child porn. I just want views. Get the fuck out of here, DigiBro. I want you on behind bars. That would probably be good for the show too, though. To be perfectly honest with you, because I get to say
Tommy,
the show.
I disagree. Your point has been.
I completely got annihilated. No, you're wrong.
He's on a secret. He's got a secret. He's got a secret business thing happening.
But
he's making Lollies R Us.
Yeah, I did interrupt him, but it did go both ways. So whatever. I don't give a shit one way or fucking nothing. Maybe he should have been. Listen, I did offer the guy what you call it. But and he says he's not a pedophile, and I simply don't believe it. I've never called anybody a pedophile before.
I hate taking is not that. Oh fuck that.
10 out of 10 calls today. Yes.
I don't know. It's something about those glasses because the Johnny Depp version of Willy Wonka, he was a little pedo too. It seems, and it was the glasses.
I'm just saying, his girlfriend looks like Leafy in that.
Vega. Yeah. What up? Oh God, Vega.
Yo.
What up?
What up?
Yo, this guy, did he say, oh, it's all good, man. We're just looking at the little fucking kitties fucking around on
yeah, that's all. And writing a book about it, and telling me that there's some book that equates to child porn that was shown in goddamn Brands and Noble, like that fucking matters. Hey, look, if it meets the standards, it's legal. Yes. So therefore, the shit that you have claimed to have drawn or written about, if that be the case, then yeah, fuck you. All right.
Oh, so that dude straight up went all the way with it, huh? He's like,
don't fuck this up, clown.
Well, not quite all the way. He's not.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
you're in here.
Yes. Fuck yes. Finally, I had to download Discord. I don't fucking use Discord anymore.
Why not?
Hello, Tommy. How are you?
How are you? How are you? What's happening?
I'm very well, thank you. Very well. Hello to everyone in the chat. I've been kind of busy working on this FouseyTube video.
I don't get a hi. I'll just.
Are you following through with this FouseyTube video? And
no, he's not.
I am. Fuck off. I am.
He is.
I absolutely bloody am.
I'm starting to think he is. But what if
I swear on my mother's life.
Okay.
I will beat you to it through.
I will beat you to it.
Yeah, pretty much just completely focused on it in my free time.
Well, here's the thing. You know what I'm afraid of? I could see a situation where you finish it, right? And it may be it's not in the public sphere anymore, and you're not releasing it because it's not.
Well, I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that because there are so many more things I can add to the conversation. Plus, due to the fact that it's going to be mainly an entertaining video rather than an informative video, I'm going to get away with it. It's going to be mostly. It's not going to be as serious as part 1.
Okay.
Honestly, fuck the topical shit. Because look at the thing that I said from the beginning when I hopped into this fucking train and the whole community thing is busting out the quality. Look at Nerd City is the prime example. That dude covers shit that you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then you watch it and you're like, fuck, I'm glad I watched that.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, you know what he's also.
You didn't seem like you liked how serious the first one was.
What?
Right, that's very true. That's very true. It was too serious for me, and I know there were a few jokes in there. But this second one is definitely going to be light-hearted, more edgy humor involved. So yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. Besides which, the videos I've seen so far on FouseyTube, this particular situation, haven't been all that great. Like some have been okay, but like they haven't been really, really good ones.
Are you? No. I know we disagree on this because I saw what you. I mean, friendly disagreement, I should say. I know we disagree on this. Are you concerned that he might be seriously mentally ill and maybe deserve a break, or you don't? You think this is all a part of?
No, I don't think he's seriously mentally ill. No, I think he's crazy, but he's always been crazy. Yeah. I think a lot of this is fake and amped up, and he's a hypochondriac. He always has been. He exaggerates his stance, and he uses his depression and bipolar as a kind of shield.
You believe that? Are you a little worried?
He's a con man.
He's an absolute con man.
Are you a little worried? You know what? I tell you something. I never thought I'd feel bad for this son of a bitch. So maybe I've been duped, and I'll admit it if I had, because I could never forgive him what he did to you. I tell you what. But no.
Verbatim.
Are you worried? Are you worried?
I don't blame you, Tommy. I really don't blame you if you have been duped a bit.
I'll tell you, I've been duped before. I'm okay with it, but I am worried about him. It did, and that says a lot because what he did to you, which infuriated me, and I am worried. I don't want anything to happen to him. I don't.
And
I know you don't either.
What he did to me was so minor. It was so minor. Remember, this is the guy who used a kid with brain cancer to defend himself.
That's true.
Okay, he pushed him in front of him and used him as a shield. Don't feel sorry for this person.
Okay.
Don't feel sorry.
It's different, dude. I think it's different now. Right now, his current state, that shit is crazy. That shit before it looked premeditated. It looked like, okay, I'm doing all this strategically, and I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's for this reason. Right now, this dude is off his fucking rockers.
See, I gotta be honest though.
He's at the apex, if you like. He's at the apex of like his.
I think Kingstar's enabling.
Absolutely not.
I don't know. You see,
I'm going to be able to show in the video that this is not the first time that he's exhibited this mania. This might be probably the most extreme example of it, but there are several other examples dating back years.
I mean, if it is a mania, that means that is manic depression or bipolar. Are you worried about because there's an equal and opposite reaction to these mania, from what I understand.
I am not worried or concerned about people calling me out for criticizing someone who has depression and bipolar. Okay. This man uses it as a shield.
Okay,
to defend
fair enough.
No. May I, Tommy?
Sure, go ahead. But I mean, I think he honestly believes that, Tobes. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's like this is like a manic episode like I've seen with other fucking bipolar people. I don't think the problem is you criticizing his actions. The problem is his actions are stemming from his illness. and they're gonna see that as like you attacking mental illness.
I gotta agree.
Let him respond.
Purely that manic depression, whatever you want to call it. No, they originate from a place of fakeness and manipulation, and they have only been enhanced on what you're seeing now, perhaps by his apex of mania.
Okay, I still think you're talking.
Well,
you're talking about Lucy 2000.
Because I got to be honest, with you, I've kind of softened my stance with Keem, and I watched the first episode over there, and I honestly believe that he believes that FouseyTube's pulling a fast one on everybody, and he's saying, well, if he does it, then it's the greatest thing of all time. I do think that's also a shield as well, but I do believe. And I know Keem a little bit. He thinks everybody's pulling a scam. I do believe that he honestly believes that. And if he is pulling a scam, then Keem's got every right, and Colossal and everybody else that is not buying his act has every right to rail him. I'm just not that sure this time, and that's what I worried about. I don't want to be the guy stepping on the manic depressive guy if he truly can't help it.
I do not believe that he genuinely believes that, for instance, Drake fucking used his telekinetic fucking powers to tell him he was going to be at a show. No, that's ridiculous.
I've seen manic episodes before.
Now, he doesn't believe that. What he probably does believe is that if he manifests something and says, this is going to happen, therefore I will it's going to happen, perhaps he believes that.
That's pretty. If he believes that, it's pretty serious.
And he communicated with him telepathically? No, not to that point.
Clown. Have you ever actually physically been in the same room with somebody that's actually like that, with that whole universe and the crazy talk, and like their life savings are going down the drain and they're still in it?
I mean, not as such. Been in the same room. I've been on the fucking streets. Not that I've lived there. It sounds wrong. But say I'm walking down fucking Birmingham Street or wherever,
straight out the
Midlands, like a weird fucking Christian preacher talking from the fucking Bible and shit, and you know there are similarities there.
Yeah.
Colossal, sure. This is different. That's the thing. This is very different. I've dated a guy who had a bipolar, like a bipolar disorder. He went off his medication, and he thought God was picking him up and putting him in places.
You know, I dated a girl with bipolar, and that didn't happen.
Let's talk about the medication for a second. Firstly, he's been off it for 2 months. Prior to this event, he's been off it for 2 months, or I think it's 7 weeks, right? That's the first point. Second point is he's been off the medication before, and you can see history of that. Never happened before. And thirdly, what's the third point? Can't remember now.
I gotta end the podcast anyway because we're getting to the hour mark.
Has anyone considered maybe he's on drugs now and not the ones he should be on?
Yeah, I think that's been a theory. That's been going around.
Yeah. Hey guys,
I don't think J. Cole's going to be there on August 24th.
Please don't focus on the drugs so much. That's really a defense for him. It really is. Yeah. Don't focus on the drugs. People want to make it out.
You're not buying this at all. I tell you.
The drugs, or he's on some new drug, and that's why he's acting the way he's acting.
You got
if it's not the drugs, it's his condition. No, please don't get bogged down in that.
You know, I admire you going down here.
This is just who he is. Everything you want to know about Fousey is on his channels, whether the videos are still there or they've been deleted.
Yeah, sure.
You know, evidence is there to prove that he is the person who he is.
All right.
He's done so many fake things in the past.
Yeah, I know. It's just,
this doesn't change.
I really admire you're sticking to your principles here. I just, to me, and maybe this is my cowardice, I would just be afraid to be wrong if I were in you or Keith.
I understand the fear.
I do. I don't want to be wrong.
Here's the difference between you and me, Tommy, on that.
Maybe on this particular. Well,
the difference is I know so much more about Fousey.
All right, fair enough, and that may be the case. All right, listen, I do gotta end this. $500 donation. We have plenty of donations. Let me run them off real quick, and then we can get out of here. The 1 hour.
I would have liked to talk about what you were talking about on the show.
Well, I know. I got to end it though. I got
no idea what it was before I joined.
I'm sorry about that. Hi. Well, you're too interesting. Maybe we could do you tomorrow. Hold on. Stay in here.
Everyone seems to love it
here. Let me say goodbye.
So I will absolutely listen to the show.
Let me finish it. Stay in here. Let me end the show and let's talk about maybe we're doing something in the future. All right. So I'm gonna deafen you guys right now. I'm gonna say goodbye to everybody. Listen. Hi as a kite. Face Tommy. You're getting him so good. You're gonna end up accusing you of rape. Wombi. With $1, one of the most entertaining shit shows I've seen in a while. Glad you enjoyed it. Ricochet, $5. The founder and analyst community just left the building. Madizzle, $200. Lawyer money. Face Banks writes, $1 lawyer money. Madizzle, by the way, your kid is still up for adoption at $200. Ricochet, fuck off, bronies. Augie, Red Foxcoms, otherwise known DigiBro is free speech when it benefits him. McDizzle with another $100, making it $500. Thank you so much. The chat demands it. Ricochet. We also Hey OKR Archetype and Shy with 20. I am just overwhelmed, and I'm so glad that you enjoy this, and we're going to keep pumping like stuff like this out. Thanks for being part of this particular debate. Tomorrow we'll be on the main channel with the podcast. This has been a Shot from the Point extra on the Shot from the Point news channel. We'll be seeing you real soon. In fact, we'll be seeing you tomorrow on Tommy C's SFTV. Motherfucking peace.
This is the almighty infinite, independent excellence. Devil fighting, rebel titan, weed smoking alchemist. Fake identities, okay, you cool with Jason Bourne. Running with these Wolverines, okay, you about to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she about to catch a pedigree. Chi-Town, the King's home, slapping fives, black stones. 6 Mile to danger zones, bullets look like waffle cones. Folk affiliated, the evolution of Machiavelli. Don't make me lead them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe. Here's